It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Sacramento, where the Kings will be going up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, we've kind of waited and waited for this team to come together and start producing, but it just hasn't happened. And now we've gotten pretty deep into the season, so time's not on their side. And head coach Dave Yeager, switching from the Grizzlies to the Kings going into last season, had a few good seasons in Memphis. What comes to mind when you think about Dave Yeager as a coach?
He's quiet, but he's hardworking.
Is he really that quiet?
Very quiet. He's probably overlooked when we talk about the league's best coaches.
Well, you know, he's got a practical approach, but it really isn't a flamboyant approach. So a lot of times you kind of don't notice him sometimes on the sideline. But he might not be flashy, but he's effective.
How quiet is he?
Really quiet.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you talked to him before?
No, I couldn't hear him.
I can't hear you guys. What are y'all doing over there?
Kevin Harlan standing by with a call.
Thanks.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Here in Sacramento, already a fever pitch in a sold-out arena. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sidelines. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Sacramento Kings coach Dave Yeager started out coaching in the minor leagues. And every year he'd attend NBA training camps, but especially ones with teams that had big roster turnover. He said a coach who's had his team together calls out a drill, and everybody does it. But to watch those guys teach and put it all together, that was where you really learned. Kevin?
Thanks, David, and it's clear that Coach Yeager is a details guy, an impressive young coach. Steve, both these teams so desperate for a win right now.
Yes, and you can see it. It's all over their faces, a lot of tension. But if you can get a win, that helps you. Maybe you can get on a roll. They just want to come out, get a win, get back to the next game.
I mean, it may be ugly, but a win is a win, and they'll take it right now.
They'll take all wins right now. They're desperate.
And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Ingles at small forward with Favors at the 4. Mitchell is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Gobert in at the center position. And here's Utah. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Now, here's Rubio. It's stolen by Labissiere. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Rubio.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Indiana.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
But you have to give them credit for being aggressive. The problem is they played too much hero ball. You have to be willing to make the extra pass.
Heel dishes to Fox. In the corner, it's McLemore. With the tip, trying to get open is Hield. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And there's the first bucket of the evening.
Should be an interesting game. Both teams coming in ready to do battle.
Favors passes to Rubio. Back to Favors. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And as Rudy Gobert has been adding bulk, he's only getting better at finishing through contact.
And so here's Sacramento. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And I think they could hold their heads high from that performance, you know, despite the final score being what it was.
Oh, sure, they did a ton of things right, and they can definitely look at those as they move forward to try to avenge that loss.
Just 4 to shoot. Three-pointer, Hield. Sacramento gets it back in a new 24.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Dishes it to Favors. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter basketball.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Hield with the bucket. For Utah, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Out to the wing. Nice ball movement by Utah. Count that one.
The D can be right in the face of Favors, but it does not affect him in the slightest. A motivated player who is very effective close to the basket.
Now, here's Fox. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
Favors dishes to Mitchell. A floater, and Labissiere sends it back.
And like how aggressive Labissiere is on defense, using that wide frame to turn back shots.
5 to shoot. Ingles. Not enough on that one as it misses. For Sacramento, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Labissiere in the corner. Here's Cauley-Stein. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Cauley-Stein's got 6 points.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
He used that pick to get in close. Hield's got his second bucket tonight.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat. And Ricky Rubio, you know, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but you know, I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at 1 speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. Maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense. And at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
And that one misses.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
And he's good on the second. And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
Here's Fox after the basket by Utah. At the top of the key, Labissiere. Fox passes to Labissiere. He feeds it to Fox. On the wing, Heel. Ingles covering.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Kicks it to McLemore. Labissiere, the screen. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. The 8-footer, and Favors finishes it off. Favors got 8 points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Fox kicks to Labissiere. The dish to Fox. Labissiere, the screen. Floats one. Gobert with the block.
You really have to be careful with Gobert lurking around. He'll send it back.
And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Utah.
And you can see how big a role the 3-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
Pass to Ingles. They set the screen. Gobert, the screen. Here's Mitchell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. And the Utah Jazz, one of the top 6 teams in the league last season. But, Steve, they were swept by the Warriors in the 2nd round after the Jazz took care of the Clippers in round 1. How far does this team still have to go to contend for a title, you think?
They've gone from average to very good, but a talent drain this summer with Hayward and Hill moving on. They'll need to regroup, and the West is only getting scarier.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Farrell subbed in for Fox. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined, but what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up.
And the speed in which Labissiere gets his shot off, the D is helpless to do anything to prevent that from going in.
Here's Mitchell. 5 points in the game. Gobert, the screen. Here's Favors. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Favors has got 10.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Kufis kicks to Hield. Labissiere with the screen for Hield. He can't get that one to fall.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
Here's Ingles, and he banks in the layup. And now it's an 8-point Utah lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Farrell kicks to Hield. There's the pick. Passes it to Farrell. Launches it. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. And a first time out of the game called for Utah. And we see the game of basketball gaining popularity, Steve, around the globe. Do you see a difference in the number of international players in the league now versus, say, when you came into the league?
You know, Kevin, back then I saw it. It was probably 90-10, 90% of guys from United States and then 10% international. That number right now is starting to grow. It is getting closer and closer to 50-50. And the reason why, Scouts now, with the technology, you can find a guy all over this globe, and guys are coming over here taking the game serious. I think it's going to come down to wherever you're from. If you're fundamentally sound, you have a chance to make it in the NBA.
And you know, Steve, a credit to current NBA and college coaches for making these summertime pilgrimages overseas to teach the kids in Yugoslavia and Serbia and all over the globe about the game of basketball. I think that has also sped up the development, and that's, again, a reflection of the international player coming to the NBA.
You're totally right. The global games and guys got to get a chance to see. I think it really started with the Dream Team, the original Dream Team. Everybody international are loving this game, and I think the players who listen and go out and work on their game, they have a better chance.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just bad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Now, here's Burks. Udo missing his last shot. Crowder kicks to Exum. The Jazz working the ball around now, and that one is good. Udo's got his first points of the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Randolph, and the rejection by Udo. And he gets it back. Randolph dishes to Jackson. They get it back. Here's Kufis, and finally they hit one.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Burks kicks to Udo. Now here's Exum. Not a lot of room. Trying to find Udo. He gets it to him. Clock at 4. Kufis with the block. Farrell passes to Kufis. No good that time. And Utah the other way now. Here's Exum. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Dante Exum, a 6'6" slashing point guard. You don't see a lot of players who fit that mold.
No, you don't, Kevin. His size and quickness is really the foundation of his game. He's very elusive off the dribble, and at the defensive end, he's been terrific for a young player.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Exum.
The Jazz play just about the slowest pace in the league. Not many fast break points. They look to grind it out in the half court.
Here's Farrell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Randolph. Shoots over Crowder. Randolph missing again. Utah leading by 9. And when the Jazz set up their offense, they love to get into the paint.
Well, they play bully ball. They want to get inside and force the issue. Whether it's driving or dropping it off, they're looking to get it in close and get to the line.
Now, here's Exum. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. Cephalosha, a shot by Burks, nobody around. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
Randolph against Crowder. Kufis kicks to Bogdanovich. The feed to Randolph. Shoots over Crowder and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
The 3 from Cephalosha. The Kings trail by 12. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses. The Jazz, number 1.
It's the hallmark of a strong defensive team. When you can keep your opponents to such a low point total, it shows you are setting the pace.
59 seconds left here in the first quarter. Exum dishes to Burks. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Burks has got 6 points.
Burks is really good at picking his spots from outside when he's on the floor. A highly efficient shooter.
Randolph kicks to Bogdanovich. Randolph a screen on Burks. Randolph a screen. Jackson in the corner. No good again that time. Jazz leading by 15. Exum passes to Burks. Back to Exum. Crowder against Randolph. The three from Cephalosha. It's rebounded by Farrell. He kicks it to Randolph. Shoots over Crowder. Good work defensively by Crowder. And so it's the Utah Jazz riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
The Kings trail by 15, so on the floor for Utah. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Jay Crowder out there with Cephalosha. And it's Udoh in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Farrell. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shot clock at 6. Picked by Randolph. Beyond the arc. They get it again. Utah leading by 15. And here's Burks. Cephalosha kicks to Crowder. Over Randolph. Shot by Crowder, no good.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting their mid-range jumper as well.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Randolph. Randolph missing again.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the Sacramento Kings get called for the foul.
Elbow. 2.
For Utah, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And with the zone defenses the league allows right now, motion offense really becoming a key to efficient scoring, it seems, Steve. Do you like that trend?
I do, because it's really hard. They're taking advantages of the rules. Zone defense is hard to be able to stop teams that really move without the basketball. I would love for the league to go back to where a guy can have just a touch or a balance of touching somebody, because being able to guard somebody without touching at all, that is very hard.
I think most players would agree with you.
You just want to be able to touch to get a little balance.
Sure. Now, here's Fox. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Stolen by Exum. One-on-one here. Shoots over Fox. Sacramento grabs the miss. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Picked by Randolph. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring even when he gets bodied up. And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
One shot.
And Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
The explosive leaping of Burks serves him well in completing plays like that.
He's 0 of 2 at the line in this one. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Sacramento. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogdanovich. Utah also making some changes. Gobert comes in for Udo. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Exum.
One shot.
Free throw good. Burks. And Utah Jazz head coach Quinn Snyder was an outstanding basketball player in his own right.
Well, yeah, he was an All-American point guard in high school. His high school team, Mercer Island, was ranked #1 in the country. He got at Duke to 3 Final Fours. He didn't play pro basketball, but he got his law degree, his business degree, and he went into coaching. He's been scoreless for a while now. They're still trailing here. They might want to move to some other options offensively.
Feeds it to Cephalosha. Over McLemore. Cephalosha's shot is good. Cephalosha's got his first basket.
And once he sets up that low, you really have to work to root him off the block.
Yeah, he has the grit to dig in and the skill to counter if you try to get physical with him.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Well, Rudy Gobert has apparently blocked the shots of about half the players in the NBA. And, Steve, if you ask him, he can tell you who he's gotten.
He takes a lot of pride in it. Fortunately, that reflects in his work ethic. And with his physical tools and his love for the game, he has a chance to be special.
Labissiere is checked in for Zach Randolph. Utah also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Crowder. Joe Ingles comes in for Cephalosha. And it's Mitchell in for Burks. Now here's Hield. He's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City. Here's Labissiere. Lays it up off the glass.
Love how Labissiere hustles for these rebounds, giving every ounce of energy he has for his team.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. Goes back up. Sacramento grabs the miss. Cauley Stein's got 7 rebounds in the game. Fox dishes to McLemore. Now the pass to Hield. Now here's Cauley Stein. 14 points from him the last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And when you factor in the assist totals, that's a complete game.
Here's Mitchell. The lead is 15. Gobert the pass to Rubio. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
High percentage look inside. Rubio always looking to maximize the value of the possession.
And Steve, in your playing days, you always struck that balance, I always thought, between calling your own number and creating for teammates. That's a real gift.
It is, and I think the value of playing winning basketball, Kevin, is whatever play dictates making your teammates better or making the winning play. I think a lot of guys right now get caught up in stats. Whatever's the play to help your team win, that's the play that needs to be made.
Yeah, well said. Now, here's Fox. Cauley Stein, a screen. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Again, Hield missing.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing. Uh-oh, he misses the bunny. I think he thought somebody was coming over to contest it.
Here's Labissiere, coming in off a 10-point game, his last outing. He dishes it to McLemore. Fox with it, guarded now by Rubio. Charity stripe shot. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Utah leading by 18. Mitchell kicks to Ingles. It's stolen by Labissiere. Here's Fox. Good D by Rubio.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
Yes, that goes in. Ingles has got his third bucket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Labissiere. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. He used that pick just right. 7 points for Buddy Hield.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Now here's Favors. He's got 10. Offensive rebound. Dishes it to Ingles. He feeds it to Gobert. Kicks it to Rubio. Pass to Favors. Now Ingles. Here's Mitchell. Hits the three-point bomb. Mitchell's got 8 points.
He has that swag going on right now. When the defense steps back on him, he loves taking advantage of it.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mind set, and come back out fresh.
And now a look at Rudy Gobert here. Just an incredible month of basketball. Averaging 9 points per game, 17 rebounds, and almost 3.5 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
All shots he's changed just by challenging them. Such a luxury to have someone like this as your last line of defense.
Here's Fox. That's short off the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Ingles dishes to Rubio. Back to Ingles. Over McLemore. Count it. Ingles has got 4 points in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Fox kicks to Labissiere. Over to the left wing. Now here's Hield. He's guarded closely. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles. And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. De'Aaron Fox, number 1.
And the assist numbers the past few weeks have shown how well he's fitting in chemistry-wise for this team.
Now Fox. After the missed 3 from Buddy Hield. Fox kicks to Hield. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Buddy Hield, the centerpiece of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Talk about what makes him, Greg, so intriguing.
Well, the Wooden Award winner in his senior season, he led Oklahoma to the Final Four. And how about leading the nation in three-pointers made? I think that can translate to the NBA level and could make him a difference maker.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw drops for Hield. And the Jazz last season making the playoffs for the first time, Steve, in 5 years.
You know, ownership showing the patience to build this team back to contention. The front office, part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, drafting well and developing their young players.
Both shots good from the stripe. Well, Steve, it's something that everyone has a different opinion on. How do you feel about the current amount of years a player has to play in college before they enter the NBA draft?
Well, Kevin, I look at it this way. I like the notion that people have been throwing around that you're able to come out of high school and go to the NBA. But if you choose to go to college, you must play 2 years. So I'm leaning toward and researching and looking at that. I think I'm on board with that because there are some guys should have the opportunity straight out of high school, and there are some guys I think need college. So I think if they can balance that out, and I think that's the way I would be leaning.
I like that perspective. Now here's McLemore. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game. You get the sense Fox just improving with each game in terms of his pick and roll play, figuring out his angles, knowing when to pull and when to try to split or turn the corner.
The dish now to Cauley Stein. Rubio against Fox. Cauley Stein with the screen for Fox. The 11-footer. Utah with the rebound. Favors has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Passes it to Ingles. Over McLemore. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Labissiere's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You know, a little off his game this quarter. Still trying to find a rhythm, though.
Sacramento again missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Fox with it. He's got 6. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. A different look for Utah. Here's Farrell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Randolph. Back to Farrell. Off the screen, and the rejection by Udo. Back to Burks, right wing. Here's Exum, and he can't bank that one in. The Kings trail by 20. Bogdanovich with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. Bogdanovich, no luck. Utah's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Burks kicks to Udo, and stolen by Koufos. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And you have to appreciate the aggression. Nice work inside.
Jazz leading by 18. They set the pick. To the middle. Here's Udo. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 3 assists tonight.
A tall guard who can see over the defense. Exum with no trouble locating the open teammate.
Here's Farrell. Outside Jackson. Here's Randolph. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
Great execution. He got the ball in the right spot, and he delivered with the turnaround.
Utah has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Exum passes to Burks. Exum sets a screen for Burks. The feed to Crowder. That's a 2 from Cephalosha. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
You know he would like to have that one back. A clear look from the mid-range.
Here's Farrell. Bounces high off the rim and drops. We've got 1:08 left now here in the second. Here's the screen. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The Jazz have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
One shot.
That's good from Exum.
The point guard out of Australia, Dante Exum, is a rare physical specimen. Reason why he has great length at that point guard position. Great size.
Here's Farrell. Picked by Randolph. Outside Jackson. He kicks to Randolph. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Zach Randolph always using that big body of his to get contact. He plays angles so well. You know, Zach Randolph's old school game is aging gracefully. Maybe because it's based on strength and skill. He's never been the most athletic.
And he can't get the first one. And for Zach Randolph, a great rebounder and an underrated defender.
Well, you know, he's a Michigan State Spartan. What sets him apart is still his scoring. He can face up, he can back you down. He has soft hands and a terrific touch. My nickname for him, first name 20, last name 10.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, over the years, Zach Randolph has proven to be the perfect leader. He commands respect, and he gets it from his teammates.
Now, here's Exum. He's got 8. Here's Udo. That's miss number 3 for him. Now 2 for 5 from the floor. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Kufis. Utah with the rebound. Udo's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Burks dishes to Exum. On the wing, Cephalosha, guarded by Jackson. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. For Utah, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Six seconds left in the first half of the game. 1 second left. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Yeah, I agree. Shot clock doing his thing. He times it out perfectly.
And so it's the Utah Jazz sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. The Kings trail by 21. Labissiere and Cauley Stein are the bigs. Fox is out there with Heel, and it's McLemore in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. He got right to the cup using that screen. 8 points for De'Aaron Fox.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Now, here's Rubio. And Gobert kicks to Ingles. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Yes, in the first minute or so, you knock down a couple shots. You are in rhythm.
Good on the shot. Labissiere's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator, and that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Now, here's Rubio. Favors with a screen on Fox. The drive by Rubio. It's stolen by Labissiere. Here's Hield. Sacramento gets it back. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Now, here's Rubio. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. 5 on the clock. Here's Favors. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And it only takes a couple buckets for Favors to get rolling. They got to keep feeding him the rock.
The Kings trail by 21.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
Now here's Hield following the missed shot by Willie Cauley Stein. Now Rubio. Feeds to Gobert. There's a good screen. Mitchell passes to Favors. Gobert the screen. Favors can't get it to go. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding wars. That creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
So it's Utah now, following Skal Labissiere's 3-point attempt. Gobert can't hit.
In over his head on the layup attempt there. Too much defensive pressure.
Fox against Rubio. Labissiere kicks to Hield. Cauley Stein dishes to Fox. Sacramento moving it around. Cauley Stein a screen. It's stolen by Ingles. Up top Rubio. Guarded by Fox. Stolen by Mitchell. And now with the fast break, Rubio with the ball. And it's Mitchell missing.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Hield kicks to Cauley Stein. Now here's Hield. D right on him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Utah leading by 21. Here's Mitchell. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got 11 rebounds in the game.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute. And there's where if you get some room, you kind of have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
And Rubio kicks to Mitchell. Rubio outside. Gobert the screen. Rubio the pass to Gobert. Here's Favors. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Fox with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Cauley Stein a screen. Cauley Stein with the screen for Hield. No good that time, and Utah the other way now. 22 is their biggest lead, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game. And Mitchell no good on that one. Favors dishes to Gobert. Rubio against Fox. Rubio outside. Back to Favors. Trying his luck deep, and it's Rubio. That time on the assist from Favors. Favors got 3 assists tonight. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out, and to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
Now here's Hield. He's got 9. Labissiere, the screen. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Mitchell, covered by Hield. And here is Ingles. He's got 10. Can't cash in from close range. Now here's McLemore. Ingles covering. Cauley-Stein up top. Now here's McLemore. Labissiere with the screen for McLemore. He gets that one.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Rubio with it. Now guarded by Fox. Favors with the screen. The drive by Rubio. And Labissiere sends it back. Here's Hield. Rebound, Utah.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not to be.
Mitchell kicks to Rubio. With some arc, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. Both teams deciding to change it up.
One shot.
What you get with Rubio, good size for a guard, terrific playmaker, and trying to become a better scorer.
Farrell passes to Randolph. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. Jackson a screen on Burks. Bogdanovich, rebound Utah. Udo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Stolen by Randolph. Here's Farrell, covered by Rubio.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Inside. Cephalosha's shot is good. Cephalosha's got 6 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Farrell kicks to Kufis. To the paint. Shoots from 12. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. For Utah, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Rubio dishes to Udo. They set the pick. It's Crowder on the wing. The pass to Udo. Burks for three. Rebounded by Jackson. Kings shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Crowder. And Greg, wouldn't you agree, Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending?
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
And the Jazz making a change here. Exum's checked in. And both free throws good from Crowder. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 32% overall right now, not one of their better showings. Here's Koufos. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
There's the pick. Burks kicks to Udo. Dishes it to Cephalosha. Shot clock at 6. Here's Crowder. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Randolph. Over to the wing. Farrell for 3. That shot off. The Jazz go the other way with it. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. From past the arc. And there's the foul. It'll go on Udo. That's his first foul. Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. There's Jackson with the 3. Crowder pulls it in. Crowder's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Burks on the wing. Releases. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
On the wing, Jackson, covered by Cephalosha, kicks to Randolph. 6 on the shot clock. Randolph a screen. Jackson from long range. Jackson missing again. Here's Burks. Randolph grabs the board. King shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Teardrop shot. Here's Koufos, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot, gentlemen.
Exum with it. He's got 9. 1:32 left to play here in the third. Burks kicks to Crowder. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. The Jazz with another miss. The Kings trail by 21. Burks against Bogdanovich. Randolph passes to Bogdanovich. Misses the three. Utah's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Cephalosha misses.
And guys, there's a lot to like here defensively. That shot almost ends up in the stands.
And he was not quite in position to block the shot, but the result is all the same.
He feeds it to Exum. Shot to stop the drought. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Exum's got 12 in the game.
The defense tends to play him to drive the basketball, but if he can knock down this shot, they will have to play him honestly.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They set the pick. Pass to Udo. There's the dish to Burks. A beautiful reverse layup. 11 points in the game.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Randolph. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
A thrilling way to finish this one.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Jazz running away with this one. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Utah leading by 22, and Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Udo out there with Jay Crowder, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Burks. Here's Udo. 6 to shoot. Burks can't get it to go. And for Sacramento, they're shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Farrell kicks to Kufis. Passes it to Randolph. Shoots over Crowder. Not going to go that time.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Now, here's Burks. Pass to Udo. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And here's Cephalosha for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Randolph's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
Here's Exum. There's the feed to Cephalosha. He kicks it to Udo. Outside Crowder. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the initial rules for the NBA include that 6 personal fouls is the magic number before you're done for the game. It's been this way since, you know, who can remember. But do you think 6 is the right number, Steve, for fouls? Or would you like to see them raise or lower it?
I definitely wouldn't want to see them raise it. I think 7 will be too much. Maybe if they lower it, that's a possibility. But right now I think it's 6. Maybe 5, or maybe you can experiment during some preseason games or in summer league. But I think 6 should be the maximum.
Now here's Hield. Looking to get it going. The offensive rebound. Crowder with the steal. Here's Mitchell. Covered by Hield. Nice ball movement by Utah. Exum kicks to Crowder. Here's Mitchell. Gobert the screen. Over Cauley Stein. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but when you're that open, you got to go straight to the basket. The fadeaway was clearly a bad choice.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Down low, Fox loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Now here's Exum. He's tightly guarded. The baseline J. The shot no good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. And that's the first of 6 played on the road. Cauley Stein dishes to Heel. Baseline J on the way. And there are the Kings with another bucket. Jazz leading by 19. Exum kicks to Crowder. Feeds it to Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now, here's Fox. Guarded closely. From deep, McLemore. Now Heel. He dishes it to McLemore. There's a screen. Well, the league has long had a rookie orientation program. People rave about it. It continues to develop and evolve. More recently, Steve, they've created a program for players transitioning to retirement. This is an outstanding idea. What's important with that in your eyes?
I'm glad you brought that up, Kevin. I think the rookie orientation should even start even earlier. I think it should start at the college level. Not saying that everybody's going to make it to the NBA, but it helps you what they give you just in a game of life. And then transitioning to retirement, I think it should be the first day you sign that NBA contract, the transition should start, because it could end with an injury. And obviously we know even if you play a lengthy career, in 10 or 12 years is over.
Like if you were going to talk to a young player and if the player said, Steve, give me one thing that I need to remember as I go through my career and then it ends, what's the one thing, piece of advice you would feed to a young player about what's going to be at the end of this journey?
Well, I think, first of all, there's a couple things, Kevin, and I have to answer. First, you got to keep your value system. Second, financially, you got to understand is make it simple as possible. You're not going to be able to live on the same type of salary for the rest of your life. So if you have a contract, say $20 million, in a simple way, divide that up for like 50 years, because that's how much you're going to need to be able to live off on.
Now here's Gobert. Puts up a 3. Tries again. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Labissiere's got 7 rebounds in the game. Cauley Stein against Gobert. Cauley Stein passes to Fox. It's good. Fox has got 6 in the quarter.
Ever since halftime, he's had his eyes on the basket and just crushing it right now.
Rubio outside. And the pass to Favors. Sacramento grabs the miss. From deep, McLemore. Ingles with the rebound. Utah leading by 19. Here's Rubio, and he converts the layup.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Fox kicks to Cauley Stein. And Smitty, I heard somewhere that both Larry Bird and Kevin Durant did a lot of wrist strengthening exercises when they were growing up. How important is wrist strength to basketball players, and especially shooters like yourself?
You know, when you're taught the game of shooting a basketball, Kevin, they say get your legs into it. But there's sometimes you are in situations where the only thing you can do is use your arms and your wrists. And you see guys right now from a flat-out standstill position deep behind the three-point line, a la Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. They're just shooting it with all arms and wrists. So it's very important to strengthen your wrists and your arms.
And did you do that? Did you do any of that wrist strengthening when you played, and did you adhere to that?
I did not, Kevin. All I did was do some push-ups.
Now, here's Ingles. Following the missed shot by Willie Cauley-Stein. Here's Favors. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Labissiere's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Cauley-Stein a screen. Kings moving the ball around. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Utah leading by 18. Rubio outside. Here's Gobert. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. To the inside. Hield. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Favors. Ingles with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touched it last. The Kings trail by 18. Hield kicks to Cauley-Stein. Inside. And there's Fox. That's good on the assist from Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein's got 5 assists in the game. And the shot goes in.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
And here is Fox. Cauley-Stein a screen. Hield kicks to Fox. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Ingles. Shot clock at 3. Here's McLemore. No good that time. So Utah will take it the other way. Here's Mitchell. Offensive rebound. And that one's good by Favors. And the Jazz lead by 20.
One of the foremost offensive rebounders in the game. Favors always in pursuit.
Now here's McLemore. Oh!
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for the Kings.
One shot.
That free throw good for McLemore. Utah leading by 17. Rubio outside. Dishes it to Ingles. Gobert the screen. Shot off the screen, and Utah again with the bucket.
You see the pick by Gobert. Once he sets that wide base, hard to get around.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derek Favors.
And his rebounding has been an anchor for him tonight, as usual. He's into double digits again in that department. And it just takes so much pressure off their other players knowing he's got the glass work covered.
After 2 straight losses, they switched it up a bit tonight, giving him a much bigger role, and it's worked out even better than they could have hoped for. The Kings trail by 19. Hield dishes to Cauley-Stein. Now, here's Fox. Randolph sets a screen for Fox. Shot clock at 6. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Fox has got 12 points in just the second half. Kicks it to Mitchell. Back to Rubio. The dish to Ingles. He feeds it to Gobert. Favors with the screen. Goes up from the top of the key. Ingles can't get it to go.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's Rubio. Gobert the screen. Now here's Ingles. Defense right on him. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
Yes, and you're watching. Even this late in the game, they're still making plays. You got to love watching it.
Here's Fox. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Lets a floater go. And the second chance effort by Randolph.
Zach Randolph is just relentless on the glass. One of the best offensive rebounders we have in the game.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Jazz.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Derek Favors.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
That free throw missing, and the Kings will go for a different look here. Kufis checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Jackson comes in for McLemore. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Buddy Hield. And Farrell subbed in for Fox. And he sinks the second. Here's Sacramento now. They trail by 16. Farrell passes to Jackson. 35 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Randolph a screen. Clock at 6. Here's Kufis. Misses off the right iron.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
Here's Mitchell. Pass to Niang. Now the feed to Exum. He kicks to Mitchell. Over Jackson. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
I think it's just staying in the defensive end. Sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time